Good evening, Shadamo. This is Shesca, and I'll be your tarot reader for the time being. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's been a hot minute. No, it's not a vault. It's brand new content. Look, I didn't hate the vault era. There's a lot of content still in the vault era that I haven't bought out because I don't feel like it's time to. Weirdly enough, I feel like there's a moment for it, and if you slay my post on Tumblr, you must have realized that the last post I had was a collective reading. Oh, I wouldn't say collective reading, but it was like a daily message. But it was not supposed to be a daily message. It was actually supposed to be pick a card, but like an energy didn't want to let go. And honestly, it was like my energy. My energy was super duper strong. It was like overpowering everything. Like I couldn't connect with anything. Like it's like my spiritual team was like, bitch, you gonna listen to this. And then it never been ever since I've been dwelling in spirituality. It's never been this strong. It's like I usually try not to read for me. I usually let other reads for me because you don't want your ego to get into it. And you already know I'm an Aries sun, babe. Like I can take accountability, but if shit does not sound right or fishy, I'm just gonna like discard it. I'm gonna be like, oh, it's not me. But sometimes it's not because you cannot see it that it's not you, queen. So I prefer to just let other people read for me. But at this point, I was shuffling cards. Like I changed deck 3 times. Took 2 weeks. It was still my fucking energy. I was like, okay, no, I'm done with this bullshit. Like, let me deal with it. So I just did a daily message instead. So, like I said, there's a lot of things involved. It will come out eventually. But now, we might actually, it's not usually recommended upon spirituality to mix energy. But, yeah, it's nothing new. Yeah, I'm a little bit, I mean, I'm not really a chaotic babe, but I'm a little bit like, I'm just a little Aries. Like, I'm just gonna do what the fuck I wanna do. With the fuck? Hello. So we're gonna mix a little bit. We're gonna bring some of the old, some of the new energy, and whichever feels guided to be into whatever needs to be in, which just do what needs to be done. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah. So today pick a card. First of all, this is YouTube. Let me do my little disclaimers. Yes, so hey, my name is Jessica. I'm a tarot reader, and I'll be the tarot reader for the time being. I am not trying to. I do have an accent I may switch. That doesn't mean I'm fetishizing, trying to be anything I am not, or I'm trying to mock anybody. It's just the way I sound. I'm being suited as. And I'm starting to think my accent that I have in my voice, because I really thought I did have an accent. And if you look at my first couple videos, I used to say I don't think I have an accent. But the more that I've been working, like I changed job 2 to 3 times, and the same thing keep happening. People cannot pinpoint. They're like, what's your accent? And I tell them, like, I think it's from this and that. They're like, nah, babe, your accent is very specific to you. Well, I'm just gonna say that. So yes, I do have an accent when I speak. I do not know where it comes from. At this point, just embrace it and let's keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Also, regarding trigger warnings, I'm not gonna do trigger warnings throughout the reading, so I'm already trigger warning it from the beginning. Like, babe, when I get into the mood, mama, I just speak. I'm not gonna censor. So if it's a rough day, if it's not a day, or if you're not feeling it, I just advise you to take it for another day. But I'm trigger warning it all from the get-go. Okay, because I'm a realistic babe. So what I read needs to be read. Like I don't just do like pop culture type of tarot. Like if the cards are telling what the cause needs to be told, then it needs to be said. So I rather I'd rather just, tell you from the get-go what the heck is up. That being said, let's get into the reading. So today pick a card. Let's get into the reading. Let me just introduce what today pick a card is about. Today pick a card is so sorry, I'm having breaks. Let me tailored and let me describe or let me tailored what intentional living would be like for you. I feel like a lot of time throughout media, whether it be mainstream down to the niche, everybody's like intentional living, intentional living, intentionally living, but I look, at like they have like one fucking aesthetic of the whole shit, or one way of intentional living. Like I believe that the 20-year-old girly pop who has a chaotic life of going to university, getting drunk, having a part-time job, hanging out with her friends, is intentional living her life. The same way as the 40 years old who has like a gym membership, corporate body, blowouts, like, you know, a very elegant aesthetic is intentional living. I hate when people say intentional living, and I feel like sometimes they also low-key want an angel to lose their wings. Like, babe, intentional living is really should be specific to your soul. I don't think it should be like an aesthetic or just a one way of doing it. Like, nah, mama, like it can literally be specifically you. Like I said, some people might intentionally journal, other may meditate, other may get a fortune cookie, other may get a tarot reading, other people may journal but it's actually scrapbooking. Like I feel like it's like, oh, if you haven't reached the level of enlightenment that works with journaling every day, you have an international live. Like, whew, get off my butt. I'm not gonna lie, I'm essentially, the more you're gonna dive into me, the more you're gonna realize I don't really have a bone to pick with the clean girl babes. You know, I don't really have a bone to pick with them ladies. I have a bone to pick with the algorithm pushing them ladies down my throat. Like, them girl purpose, I really can't wish with them. They're really cute, everything in between. But as a full face body, as a creative body, as a body that like her nails long and loved to have an extra lifestyle, I do the meditation in a journal. It just does not look like it, and I feel like there's just not one way to do it. Like, you haven't reached any kind of enlightenment just because you stop drinking in your journal at 7 a.m. and you go to the gym at 5. Like, no, mama. Like, I don't like. I'm not saying it's not it, because if it works for you, then it works for you. But I don't think there's a prerequisite to the whole thing. That's my whole thing. That's what I'm saying. Let me tell you what is actually intentional with like living for you. And also, if through the cards a clean girl aesthetic come out, then it is. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not against it. I'm against the algorithm. But then let's be honest, we're not all against the algorithm. That's a debate for another day. After this long ass podcast intro, let's get into it, y'all. So we're gonna get started with pile number 1. Let me write the time down, because to find when I start and to find when I end, please. Okay, pile 1. Eight of 5. What about 8 of 5? So welcome to your pick a card, pile number 1. How you doing? How you doing? How you been? This is Jessica, and I'll be a tarot reading for today. Oh, I forgot to do the breathing. Did a fuck a 7-minute intro and I forgot to do the reading. This is what I missed. Okay. Well, we can do a reading, me and you together. Let's have a little meditation session to really just, you know, get into it, because I haven't started shuffling yet. So one more time. Just get into it, mama. So the pick a card today is, let me tailor or describe what intentional living is for you. So the song I have, the song that came through for you is a new song. The title is She's the Best. So the other thing I got from you guys is, some of you guys have gorgeous feet, and I'm not saying that. I know men have a fetish for it, and I know like it could be considered some kind of like sex work, but I'm really not saying that just because like some gooning purposes. You genuinely have gorgeous feet, mamacitas. So go ahead. Another thing coming through with this pile is you guys may have dealt with an eating disorder ever since you're young. Like I'm seeing very somebody young, like 9, 10, dealing with an eating disorder. You guys may have a very, very, very I don't want to say narcissistic. I don't even want to say mean or evil. I'm hearing the sound of Kelani that says, my heart is full of gold, but my habits are cold. As I want to describe your mother. Intention are great. The life that she have given to you, she literally wants you to be spoiled. She may come from very, very harsh beginnings. Like I'm seeing somebody that dealt with poverty, but not poverty as we know as the Western world. I'm seeing a lot of Eastern Europe. I'm seeing Europe a lot. I'm seeing like old, I'm seeing like old like kingdoms. Like maybe she was poor in Germany, maybe she was poor in Great Britain, maybe she was poor in Russia, Serbia, all these countries that used to be huge kingdom back then. Maybe she was poor, like it's poor in places that we wouldn't consider third world, but they're not like driving forces neither. But there were once driving forces. So that's what I'm saying. Even poor, if I have to put it to the Eastern, poor in Japan. You know what I mean? Poor in Japan. So those kind of places, I feel like and I'm telling, not only poverty, but detachment. So maybe she was from the countryside of those places in poverty too. And it's so crazy because within this time of having you literally grew up in abundance. I can see a lot of you like are upper middle class at last, like the minimum. You guys are upper middle class, and it's like such a tragic difference between her literally living in the middle of nowhere with like literally nothing to her name, and you having like a quite of a big house, multiple car in the driveway, going to private school, owning the latest thing. If you're not owning the latest thing every time, Christmas is always a crazy moment for you, babe. There isn't anything in your list that you don't have. Mother, gorgeous, mugging. I feel like she's a stay-at-home mom, but not the warm one that we know. And I think that's what I want to specify. I saw somebody on TikTok that said there's a difference between having a body mother and a warm mother, and I have a warm mother. I mean, she's a bit more round. She really, really cares about her kids. She's really affectionate. She's mother herself. You know what I mean? And the dude was like, I was raised by a body mother. Like, and I'm gonna bring it to the Black community because mostly the content I consume is Black because I'm a Black babe. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to like, tailor what he said. But literally what he said is like, there's such a difference between having a skinny mom and having a fat mom. And I was like, I had a fat mom. And he was saying how it's different. And he was like, I was raised by a skinny mom. It's like, she's a mom, but you also know she's a baddie. Like, that when you need to ask her for something, she may have an appointment to get her nails done, to get her hair done, to hang out with her girls, and she's not switching it just for you. So you better know that. Where my mom, she's gonna complain over and over again, but she's still gonna ring me. You know what I mean? Because technically, those women loses themselves in motherhood. You know what I mean? Or it's really my kids above everything. You know what I mean? While the skinny mom or the baddie mom, she never loses herself. She's gonna stay on top to the end. Like having a kid is just an extension of who she is. You know? And I feel like there's pros and cons for that. And I feel like both can go vinegar. The other one can lose herself in motherhood, while the other one can literally use a kid as an accessory. And I feel like in your case, it's really like an accessory. Like you're like an extension of her. Every time you're an extension of her. The good part of it is she really wanted to give you the best. Not even wanted, she did. Like there was no way she was pushing a child without having the best. So we're gonna give her a 10. but at the same time, I'm not really there emotionally. Very, I wouldn't say strict. I would say more demanding. Like I don't see somebody very strict. I see somebody with high expectation, easy to disappoint. It's almost like a judgy person. It's like having a judgy person as a mom. Literally. It's like you cannot pinpoint that she's a bully, you cannot pinpoint that she's mean, you cannot pinpoint this and that. It's like, damn, what is the energy always so ugh? And you grew up with somebody who was like that, like the energy is always so ugh. So I feel like you grew up like having ED very, very young. Maybe you also did some, there's a lot of visuals here. Like the looks matter a lot. So I see you, maybe you did ballet, you maybe did swimming, you maybe did gymnastic, stuff that looks matter. Dancing, what do you call it? Pageant. Like stuff that looks really matter a lot. If you did theater, I don't think a lot of you did theater, but if you did theater, all of this matter. It's always been about the looks. And I think the reason for it is because the look, her beauty saved her. Her beauty is the reason she's living the life that she's living. Like I'm not saying the girly pop didn't fall, because obviously to even meet your dad, she had to put herself in a good place to do that. But in her mind, she's like, okay, if all I have, if all my lucky star, if all my northern star gave to me was beauty, because they didn't give me money, they didn't give me asset, they barely give me an education, I'ma take that shit and run with it. You know what I mean? And without that, the gift that she see, the jewel that she see within her beauty is the pressure that she's putting upon you. It's like reminding you, babe, everything can leave you, but your beauty can't. And look at everything you can achieve with your beauty. And in a way, you can understand where she's coming from, you know what I mean? Because it worked for her. And it worked for many before her. But for you, it's like a pressure. It's like, oh my God. But what's a bit fucked up is because both of you don't have the same circumstances. So for you, it becomes pressure because you're not dying, you're not poor, you're not on your last fucking line. You know what I mean? There's so much more to fuck as you. But her, it's her last line. So the circumstances makes the message twisted and fucked up. So we have an almond mom with cold behaviors, but a heart full of gold and good attention and love. Like I really see a lot of love within her. She see you as a lot of love when she looks at you, even within her heart. You're like the best thing that ever happened to her. You know what I mean? But the way love is being shown is, I made me think of like Elsa and Anna. When Anna asked her, let's go build a snowman, she comes all kind of, it's not like Elsa don't want to hang out with her sister, but it's because she can't control her power and she don't want to hurt her sister. And I think there's a moment where without wanting, she creates ice between her and her sister, and that terrifies her. And I think that's literally you and your mom. Another example that's coming, House of Dragon, Rhaenyra and Joffrey, if you watch the TV show, it's so different from the way she treats her two older brothers. With the two older, she's very affectionate, very loving, very touchy. But with Joffrey, she's distant. She barely looks at him in the eyes. And I think it's because she done lost two sons, so she don't want to hang into a third one. But you cannot tell me that lady never loved any of her kids. And it's the same thing. It's like there's so much love there, but the habits are so cold. Like I cannot imagine. So that translates with the focus within beauty, different circumstances, the eating disorder. So a lot of you guys used to battle with a lot of eating disorder. A lot of eating, so what the heck I'm talking about? You used to battle hard with eating disorder, but now you're out of it. I did all this background telling you that you're out of it. Like you're out of it, you look good, you look fine, you have a healthy relationship with love, you look amazing. Dare I say you never looked bad. You really do have. It's funny because you have your mother beauty of essence, but you do look like your dad. Like you are a very gorgeous babe. Don't even get me wrong, but you don't look like your mom. But you're very gorgeous. Like you're as equal, like beautiful as your mom. Anyways, moving on. But Yeah, you're not battling with it no more. You got your curves, you got your beauty, you have a healthy relationship with um health and wellness. So let me give you your 10 mamas. Yeah, that's really what I'm feeling from this pile. So the first card that came out for you guys is the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. Okay. Justice in reverse. Oh, the card fell. Give me a minute. Strength uprights. Babe, please come out. Do not make this hard for me. There's something here about I knew you were always great, but I never knew you were, I forgot you were that great. That's what I'm sensing. Like, I always knew you were great, but I forgot you were that great. Like, it's like you took a break and I think you forgot how great you were. Don't know what it means now. Card fell. Let me go grab that one. I don't know what it really means as of now. Funny! The card that came is literally, I still don't have all the answer. I literally don't know what it means. I don't know if I'm gonna discover what it means throughout this reading, but it's like, it's coming through. So let's first dive into what the Ace of Wands wants us to literally know. Ace of Wands in reverse, mind you. There's something about wasted times. But I don't like the way I see a lot of that on my timeline on social media about people that are like, if only mental health didn't took this from me, that I will be here. If only that I didn't take this from me, that I won't be here. But I always look at this content and I'm like, but first of all, you can always go back to that. Or second, you can find new ways. And I feel like in your case, the thing that is really asked for you, if I can see the tailoring of this intentional, instead of crying over broken glasses, wait. I'm getting tongue twist and it never happens. I'm not the type to get tongue twist. What's going on in y'all piles? Anyways, do you get tongue twisted easily? Do you talk out of your ass? Do you talk a lot? Do you talk a lot? Do you have a Mercury? Do you have double Mercury? Because you talk a lot. Do you talk fast? Because it never happens. I think you guys do talk a lot. Okay. But instead of complaining about spilled milk or broken glasses, that's what I wanted to say, I think you need to get a new hobby. Find something new. Okay, when you were younger, you were super good at dancing. When you were younger, you were super good at, like, I don't know. I think in your case, it's really dancing and beauty. Like makeup, nails, shit like that. Okay, you're not there no more. But there's something about you is like reinventing. You know, there's a lot of rebranding. In your case, I feel like it's more reinventing. So let's go to the other side. Maybe crochet. maybe puzzles, maybe drawing, maybe cooking, maybe baking. Imagine a 9-year-old you telling her your favorite hobby is cooking. The girl will literally fall down the stairs. Like, what do you mean cooking is your new habit? I feel like in your case, it's like, it's almost as intentional living for you. The first step or the first thing that I'm really coming out is to be the complete opposite of what you were expected to be growing up. So maybe you were expected to be this perfect ballet dancer with incredible beauty and everything between. I wouldn't say incredible beauty, I want to be standardized beauty. But maybe it's the other side. How about tattoos? How about piercings? How about skateboarding? Like, there's something about reinventing your case. Like, it's not just a rebrand. It's like almost revamp. No, because revamp will mean taking something that really exists and making it pretty again. But you is not your case. Like, we need to create something all brand new. All fucking brand new. Like something we never thought could be made. We need to make it. So cooking, baking, drawing, tattoos, skateboarding, heights, hiking, boxing. Oh, boxing makes you ugly, remember? Boxing. Anything that uplift wealth over vanity, almost. You know? I think that's what's coming on. So instead of complaining about everything it could have been, or anything like mental health took away from you, how are you like, you know what? That belonged to that version of me. I'm this new version, and let me go find new fucking hobbies that match the new version instead of crying. Because the new version that you are can never match those hobbies. Like, it wouldn't work. Right? Then we have justice in reverse. That's coming through. What does this vibe want to say? Justice in reverse. Justice in reverse. Be wrong. It's almost. I'm saying, you know, Real Housewife of Atlanta, the mother of Keddy, and she was like, I think this is a scheme set up by Todd to come at you with the bullshit, and everybody's like confused in the fucking scene because what the heck is she even talking about? Like, she's not making sense. And then it makes me think of the lady that does the button on TikTok, and then she was like, guys, it's not because it's not making sense to y'all that I'm gonna stop doing it. Do stuff for the fuck of it, and I'll let nobody, and if nobody understands it, fuck it. I actually don't want to say be wrong, be dumb. I don't know what it is that's important for you. Be dumb. Like, do I have a dumb habit so I can look explain it better? Because I know the energy that I'm trying to say, but I don't know if I'm explaining it properly. Okay, I still, which I did like 2 days ago, I still go to the park, and I will literally go to the park just for the swing. Literally just for the swing. I go to the park, get to the swing, spend 30 to 40 minutes. I'm not even joking. Get off, go home. There's no purpose to this bullshit. There's not even like a tailored time. There's not even like an explanation. There's not even like a structure. Like yesterday, I asked 2 days ago, I asked my brother, like, do you want to go to the park? He was like, I don't want to. And I was like, oh, I still want to go. So I just went. And I'm gonna swim. I listen to the music and I just swim, and it makes me very happy. Then I went back home. Nothing happened. There was no enlightenment. There was no meditation. There was nothing. I just liked the fuck out of it. I got no reason to do it. And it's literally reserved for kids. My 20-something-year-old was out here living her fucking best life. Period. Got no reason for the bullshit. Like, nothing. I wasn't sad. I didn't need a dopamine boost. Life was not going bad. Like literally no reason. Body wanted to be on swim. Body went on swing. That's it. Literally, that's it. Another thing that came specifically for you. When I go to get drunk with my homegirls, and we create like a whole story. We create characters and everything between. Bitch, doesn't have to make fucking sense. Fuck off. For the fuck of it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Or we were different wigs. It'd be so synthetic too. Just to go to the fucking club and just act like, I don't even know what the fuck we're acting like, babe. No sense. Like, nonsense. Just do nonsense bullshit. Like, just feeling nonsense impulses and urges. And honestly, I'm very proud of myself because back then my impulses and urges were not that kind. That just showed growth. It's like, whatever impulses and nonsense that you have, go. Obviously, it should, like I literally mentioned, it shouldn't hinder anything going on in your life. Me going to the swim, I didn't skip work for that. Okay, I didn't skip a meeting for that. I didn't skip nothing. I didn't cancel with friends. I didn't do nothing. Nothing bad happened. I just did. You know what I mean? And I just came back to regular, like nothing happens. Cool, that's it. Cool, moving on. You know what I mean? So, have nonsense habit. Dare I say, I think it's actually trying to be bring whimsicality into your life. Like, just do. You know? Then we have strength. What the strengths wants to say. Control. It's funny that control come through because when I first get into energy, I feel like I say, I'm not an expert into it. Eating disorder comes from a want and need for control. Do not be scared of control. I know control came in your life, and the way control translated in your life was quite hurtful, was quite dishonest, was quite cruel, you know. I think this need for perfectionism, this need for control, this need to grasp to literally something, you know, since everything is so broad and abstract. Maybe to control nutrition is to really control something so broad to make it so physical. But it's like you need to heal. Already, I'm gonna give you your 10s. You really are doing fantastic with your eating habits and with your health and wealth. But you need to heal your relationship with control. Because I feel like now you just took her and you put her far away and you're like, I'm not gonna deal with you. You fuck me over. I like, fuck you, bitch. I'm worth so much more than that. But in life you need discipline. In a fucked up, twisted way, eating disorder people have a lot of discipline. In life you need discipline. You need drive, you need motivation and determination. Which, like I said, most people with eating disorder have it. You know what I mean? They have the 4. It translates in such a cruel way against themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like you have beautiful qualities, habits, even personality. I'm understanding what all the cards really means together. But you're putting all away. And it's like whatever you believe in, your spiritual team is telling you like, wait. It was wrongfully translated, but it's not trash, it's not garbage. And when I'm taking all the 3 cards together, it's so funny. It's almost saying like, Instead of trying to change who you are, thinking like who you are was actually the issue that you have is your habits. And like it's all connected because it goes back to your mother too. Because again, like I said, your mother inside, personality wise, love wise, amazing. Habits are just fucked up. And it's the same cycle that you're repeating. You are out here trying to change your whole personality, trying to change who you are. But again, it's like, no, change just the habits. Change the hobbies. Like, it's amazing to have discipline. It's amazing to have self-control. It's amazing to have drive. It's amazing to have motivation. It's just you translate it in a very cruel way against yourself. So don't change who you are. I think what is asked, don't villainize who you are. And I know maybe you have created your worst enemy, your worst critic. Let that go with her habits. But don't villainize who you truly is. Because who you truly is all bad. It's all dead in a bag of chips. Plus some sweet tea on the side. Change the habits with the aids of monthly risk. Change the habits instead. Change the lifestyle instead. Change the aesthetic instead. Change the hair instead. Change the place instead. Change the apartment instead. Don't change who you are. And the second message comes through, heal your relationship with who you are. Because the villainization of who you are is not it neither. And maybe you have a lot of why. Why did I let that happen? Why me? Like, I see a lot of a person being like, it was never supposed to be me. Like, I grew up in a house, like, yes, my mom is not the kindest and shit like that, but she was not an evil bitch. My dad is not an evil motherfucker. I have everything good. Why did I decide to do this to myself? There's a lot of here that, in your case, often we ask people to give themselves grace. In your case, you need to give yourself mercy. The way you see yourself as such a villain has to be steady. Like, you're not such a bad person. You're not this villain, evil fucker you think you are. It's really asking you to stop. I mean, you're with Tara. It's like almost your spiritual team coming through like, stop! I've never yelled on a girl like this. And it's like they're coming through so strong, like, enough. Like, that's not the point. I mean, we're happy, like we're giving you a chance, but the twisted way your brain is now going to villainize who you are, the twisted way in which you're trying to plant a seed of self-hatred, pack that shit up. Pack it up. Like, you are entering the same cycle, just in a different font. I think maybe you did some eating disorder therapy, but I think now it's time to go on personal growth therapy. If I may recommend. Because it's like you have healed the bleeding, you have stopped the bleeding, but you haven't healed the cut. That's what I'm trying to say. And instead of putting a band-aid of it and caring for it, it's like you're letting it get full of pus by not caring for it. And it's like a spiritual thing. It's like, no, babe, you're gonna create a second cycle just as bad as the first one. For what? So yeah, for you, intentional breathing is essentially change your habits. Just change the habits, queen. You don't need to change anything else but the habits. Heal your relationship with yourself. And stop trying to find a why. Like I always say, sometimes shit are bigger than us. And that's just it. As a short bitch, I'm gonna use it. Things are bigger than me. And that's just it. Y'all have a nice day. If I wasn't meant to be taller, bitch, I would be taller. But I'm not. So shit are bigger than me. And I'm just gonna go to bed knowing that shit is bigger than me. And that's coming from a girl that have control issues. Like, you just have to admit, like, if you know what, shit is just bigger than me. And keep it pushing. Coming from a girl that has a lot of Mercury in her chart. Sometimes shit is just bigger than you. It's just bigger than you, queen. So yeah, essentially that's literally what I'm sensing for you guys. This is how I would like tailor intentional living to you guys. On that note, I'm gonna let y'all go. If you want a personal reading, you can always book it on my coffee. If don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I always forget to say that. I need to awaken the YouTuber into me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you want more content about me, I have my coffee that has a bunch of extended content. And you can go on my Tumblr for more readings. Honestly, you know. When I don't, I'm gonna let you go. Toodles, and until next time. Bye. Also, I forgot to mention, but a song that came through. Actually, no, I have nothing else to say. No, the song that came through. I feel like there's an energy here that you have that you hate to be perceived. But most perception that you have of other people, perception on you, don't even comes from them. It literally comes from your brain. So let's say in your head, you think people perceive you as somebody that is not funny. Nobody would say that. I mean, nobody would go out of their way to say you're funny, but nobody wouldn't say you're not funny. For them, the thing that let's say comes out the most is the fact that you're bubbly. So you're so focused on something that nobody worry about. Nobody even think of that when they think of you. They actually think about something else. It's like your perception that you have of others on you is very, very, very different than the perception that they really have on you. And not only that, your perception that others have of you is very negative, when in fact people don't really have a negative perception on you. They're really neutral. Just whatever thing you think people perceive, it's not it. Like I said, you might think, oh, people think I'm so dumb. And it's like people don't really think about you being smart or dumb first. Actually, they think about you being caring first. It's like if I were to ask that person, like, oh, describe me pile number one, they'd be like, oh, they're very artistic. I'm gonna ask pile one, describe yourself. No, describe how do people think of you. I think people would think that I'm very like annoying. And then I'm gonna go back. Did you think that pile number one is annoying? It's like, no, not really. In fact, I cannot really think that because you never stayed long enough for me to be annoyed. So it's not the first thing I'm thinking about. It's like I cannot have an opinion on that. Like, it's weird. There's a big disconnect between you and the rest. And I think because you're so focused on villainizing who you are, that actually people from the outside actually have a better description of who you truly are than yourself. Like, you're so focused on like villainizing who you are that you don't even take the time to learn about who you truly are. It's so fucked up because usually it's like not what we usually understand. Usually we know who we are and people can have a different perception, but in your eyes, we shall rely more on what people say about you than what you say about yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's really what I'm trying to. That's it though. I'm truly done. Welcome to your reading pile number 2. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So today we got readings about let me describe or personalize or tailor what intentional living is for you. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna jump into that. Oh, so what's coming through for y'all? Relationship is coming through. 6 is coming through. No more attention seeking behavior. No more attention seeking behavior. Magician came out. Okay, let me explain. I feel like I'm getting a lot of high school, but not even a lot actually of university years. So even if you didn't went to university years would be, once came out, will be 18, like the typical, I'm gonna say 18 to 27, just to make it broader, let's say. Like, yeah. Okay, let me say 18 to 29. Four of Cups upright. Let's say 18 to 29. Y'all may be in your early 30s. Or mid 30s, person listening to me. What I mean is like you spend a lot of time when you were younger. Oh my god, the card that came out is You Matter. You spend a lot of time when you were younger. It's not really attention. It's almost like to be respected, which works. Don't worry, I am not a dumb girly pop, and I'm not a judgmental babe. It works because in a society that thrive off beauty privilege, whether you like it or not, low-key beauty is a currency, right? And you realize how much power you can get out of beauty. So you were genuinely using that currency. I'm really surprised that you guys didn't end up being like OF babes or sex workers. I'm not even gonna lie. And no shade to them. It's just from the way you saw yourself, it is really giving that. Like you were very, it's not in vain. It's not that she was selling you, but you made me think of a girl like Tatiana Chanel, Chicago Hottie, like, beauty is currency. You're using it. Like, if you have to fuck somebody to get what you want, you're doing it. You know what I mean? If you guys don't know, because maybe you guys are not close to anything black, it's okay. Tatiana Chanel, I think she was, it got me supposed to think of India Love. I think that's because there's two India. I think it's India Love. Who was groomed, I think, in her late teens. She was going out with all the famous basketball players, all the famous ballers, a couple singers. Like, generally, the girl was at year 17 promoting in clubs, making the millions. Like, my girl was making the fat bucks. She was the OG Insta influencers. You know what I mean? After taking Chanel, I was fucking on Boston, which I think, and she was like 17 fucking on him. Mind you, I think the nigga is close to 30 fucking on her. People like you getting groomed, and the girl kept responding to us with like fat money beside her ears. Like she was making the meaning. Like she had Chanel's every other day, Birkins, everything you can ask girly pop had. So like I said, it's not giving you're fucking a multiple guy. No, it's like you're fucking on the one that got money. And what I'm trying to say is the reason why I'm taking these specifically is because these knew they were groomed. Like, everybody was telling them girly pops they were groomed. It's just, it didn't matter to them. Because the money was made, the money was given, the currency, the strips, the show. Like, the life that had to be lived was afforded. The jet life. It was worth it. Until it wasn't. And the funny part is both of them who lived the life have different ways of viewing life after it ended. Tatiana turned herself into a CEO after the abuse got too much, she literally turned herself into a CEO. While India Love is still holding, girl, I think she's 30 years old, and she's still fighting with 18-year-old babe, talking about, I'm still the baddest baddie, I'm the baddie of the baddies. And no shade, bold girl pop's gorgeous. India Love is still a fucking gorgeous babe. But it's like, why are you fucking fighting with 18-year-old babe? Like, it's not not your lane no more, mama. You know what I mean? I don't want to say your time is done, but it's just not your lane. But you have the reaction of Tatiana. When it got too heavy, it got too much, and you got the best with what you got, you just moved the fuck on. It made me think of another girl on TikTok that you can literally see it on her TikTok. 2021, 2022, she was literally a trophy wife for this old rich man. And I think 2024, she changed. She went back home, decided to get a regular job, was like, I don't want to live that life no more. Like, it's void, I don't want it. What all three of them have in common is they don't judge the girl that's still doing it. It's just they're realizing it's not for me no more. And there's something about you, like, you're realizing, like, it's not for me no more, I don't want it. But instead of being like India Love and like still fighting for something you thought you were supposed to have, because I think the day that India like cried on the stream, she was like, I never thought I'd be 30, like still here. I thought I was gonna get married, have my house and everything, but I'm not having it. Instead of that, like the two other Tatiana and the other girls, you catch yourself quite early on. Like, hey, before I hit my wall, before this desperation take over me, let me listen to the void in my life. Before I become bitter, let me listen to the void in my life. And you took a step back. And you're like, okay, you know what? It fulfilled for once. It jaded me in some places. Let me take the best that I could with that one and go see what's next. So the three ladies, the big thing they also do have in common is they're all jaded. Nobody came out of this clean. Everybody ended up with some kind of trauma. And it's almost like, you know what? I'm jaded. Let me go focus on myself. I just need a couple confirmation. Okay. You're not like the girl like Tati. Like, you did not become boss, babe, model life. Like, I see a 360. Like, you genuinely left that world. Like, you don't want any part of it no more. Like, I'm seeing, it's so cliche, but I'm seeing like a babe that come from the city and is now going to a small town. Like, you dealt with the scammers, the rappers, the ballers, the billionaires, the CEOs, and now you want to go get like a country guy. Like a calm life. And another big difference between in a dead life, you're being served. In a farmer life, you're the one working. Like, there's a very 360 in your life. Like, now you want to work. Now you want to go and earn your money. Like, you make me think of the third girl specifically I talk about. Like, now she actually applying to job. She want to earn her money. She want to put in the thing inside of it. Like, India is still in that life. Tatiana did a 180. She just decided to give up on the men, keep going her jet life. While the third girl genuinely completely move on. Like, decide to go home, decide to get a job. Also, she decided to stop having this bimbo aesthetic, that she don't want it no more. And it's no judgment. You guys know I love a bimbo. She just decided it's not for her no more. And that's literally what I'm getting for you. Like, I'm seeing a big 360. Like, I'm seeing farm life. I'm seeing cowboy. I'm seeing you wake up again at 4 in the morning, having a little farm. I'm seeing being self-sufficient. I'm seeing you letting go of the nails, the lashes, dissolving the injections. It's like, we're letting go of all of it. Like, genuinely is not your shit no more. Another thing that I'm sensing here is a relationship. this relationship, I feel like there's a big difference between y'all, but a big similarities. So maybe the big difference is the way you guys grew up, obviously. Especially if you're a city baby, if you've always been from the city and you always been from a farm, like the countryside. Excuse me. But not the big difference, but there's also big similarities. Both of you guys have a rejection wound. And a very deep rejection wound at that. Like a deep fucking rejection wound. I feel like everybody needs to have some kind of exposure to rejection. And I swear, like I feel like it's needed not to become a loser. Like to build personality, you need to be rejected a few times. You know? So you can stand your ground and be like, I don't care if you guys reject me. I fuck with this, so it's me. You know what I mean? But it's huge. I'm sensing that maybe the men that you're dealing with, because I feel like you guys are actively in a relationship. I feel like the man that you're dealing with, he was bullied. I see heavy bullying. Heavy bullying while you is growing. And it's funny because while reading your pile, I've never thought about the rejection wound and being groomed. But it's very like mixing well together. It's almost growing up. Again, goes back to respect. People feel like, oh, the only time I'm gonna give you the respect that you deserve to be given is if I can get you sexually. If I can get you sexually, bitch, you ain't getting nothing out of me, bitch. I'm gonna treat you worse than a fucking shoe. Right? Why him, he was bullied down. Like I'm saying, somebody so bullied they piss their pants. So bullied they have heart attack before going to school. And him, I feel like the bullying, it was for a while. Like it's not just school. Like it's school, it's work, it's friendship. Like he has a way of always ending up with a bully. When I'm saying your partner bullying, I'm thinking about, I think the movie is Billy. And Billy, I think it was based on a real story where a friend group literally killed their abuser. And he was mad abusive. But at the end of the day, they killed him, so. And you have to think about like how much of abuse has to be that the only way for you to think you can save yourself is by killing. Think about it. And that's the level of bullying that your partner has dealt with his whole life. And multiple of his life. The weird thing, the thing that's saving him is he has good parents. But I see your mother literally losing her hair. It's like, why do you keep attracting this fucking bully ass bitches in this fucking life? Like, why? And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying because I'm a little woo-woo lady. I'm a little spiritual. But I think it's a spiritual wound. I look-y think. Let me see if I can confirm that shit. Yeah, the high priestess. I think it's a little Xing, or if not an Xing, it's like a jinx that was put in him. Because it makes no sense that he keeps attracting fucked up people even though he does not come from fucked up background. It's insane. It's literally insane. I think it was jinx. Did his papa treat his mama well? Yes, I usually don't know. I think so. It's not karma. I think it's really a jinx. I think it's a jinx put by one of the people that wanted to gain something out of it, but he didn't. Because the funny part about your partner is like, okay, you can treat me like a piece of shit, but I'm not gonna go through hell and back with you in a way. Like I'm not gonna kill for you. I'm not gonna steal for you. I'm not gonna loot for you. I'm not gonna mob for you. Like there's a limit. Like you don't play with the justice. And people are like, wow, we already did all this fucked up shit to you, and you want to fucking run the line of fucking justice, bitch? How dare you? Like how dare him? Like are you fucking for real? And I think these people kept wishing bad on him. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I will low-key, I know, like, I don't do that a lot. I see that is less. There's something about you guys being together that you are helping him changing his luck. You're literally his lucky charm. But if you really want to get rid of everything, I would really advise him to like do some kind of banishing or pay for some kind of banishing spell. Nothing too heavy. Honestly, there's something about you meeting him that changed the course of his whole life. Wait a minute. Let me see that. Is it a bird chart type of thing? Like I know I was supposed to be reading for you, Mama, and I'm just like going on and on about him. It's because he's essential into your like life, I guess. Let me see, y'all. Yes. So no, it's not really like a spell. It's almost destiny. So I don't know. If you believe in past life, he might have been a very fucked up person in the past life and he just had to pay for his karma. That's really what it is. Because it makes no sense. It genuinely makes no sense. So maybe in multiple past life he was like an evil fuck. And in this past life he decided not to be an evil fuck, but he had to pay a price for it. You know? Because if you look at I'm not saying your man is Didi, but like if you look at Didi's chart, Didi showed a lot of sign that in this past life he was a fucked up nigga. And as like woohoo ladies, we laugh because we're like, what the fuck did you come back here and repeat the same shit? Like in his past life, it's predicted that he was a prisoner in his past life, and he was like some kind of like gang member, mobbing and shit. And it's like, damn, you literally came back and you did the same exact thing. Like you didn't learn nothing. It was like he came back and actually for the first time trying to do something change, but like, you know, he had karmic debt to pay. Like we all have karmic debt to pay. Listen, that we need to learn. But there's something about meeting you. Hold on. There's something about meeting you. That changed something in his destiny. Like that changed something or confirmed something for him. So no, you're like a reward. It's almost as if like life was testing, like, oh, you're really about that nice life after having 10 fucked up past lives. Like, oh, now you want to be good? Well, let's see how good you really want to be. And they're like, oh, actually the man want to be good, y'all. He actually wants to be good. He wants to do good. Okay, let's send him this nice lady. Let's send him this. Like, there's something about like your reward. Another trophy. I don't want you to think like he would never treat you as a trophy. He really respects you and loves you. But you're like a reward. It's like, oh well, you did well. You can have this. You can have this gorgeous thing, which makes me also think that your guardian angels don't play about you. Like they will never send you in a place that will be your biggest up. A good example also that your guardian angels don't play about you because India Love, Tatiana, the other girls, they could have ended up in a tragic story. And Tatiana had a story about like how she almost died, but she never did. She almost died multiple times dating her man. And we have real life example of girl that lived that life and literally died, or got kidnapped, or got killed, or disappeared. So there's something about your guardian angel do not play about you. They will never put you in a situation that will literally end your life or before you dismiss. And it's almost as if it's like, oh, let me ask. Hold on. Yeah, you guys are meant to be. It's almost as if for you guys to be together, both of y'all had to be ready. Because both of your guardian angels do not play that. Maybe your partner is Saturn dominant. Because the way he needs to go to trials and tribulation to prove himself, he might be Saturn dominant. But in your case, it was like, oh, your guardian angel is like, okay, we're only sending her if he's fucking ready. Otherwise, fuck it. And the other one is like, oh yeah, we're only giving him the reward if he's fucking ready. Honestly, yeah, spiritual team match well together. Like everything is really well working together. It's almost giving like a fairy tale, like it all ends well. Like, it doesn't matter how fucked up it started, but it all ends well. And I feel like you guys are at the fairy tale moment of your life. Oh my God, congrats. It's gonna be only gorgeous from there. So yeah. Also, another thing, I haven't even gotten into the cards. There's so many messages for you guys, honestly. Also sex. Sex is good. Funny enough, like, you guys never had an issue finding a partner, but the first time sex is good. I'm hearing sex is not boring. Yeah, I may have like a little, it's just like a little, like you like it rough. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sensing BDSM. But can we talk about how hard it's if you thought BDSM is such a broad word, it's so hard to find your perfect partner within the community. Anyways, and you find your perfect partner, like, you guys match your freak. The freak is matched, the love is matched, the destiny is matched. Like, wow. Wow, babe. 10 out of 10. Freak is matched, love is matched, respect is matched, love is matched, life is matched, destiny is matched. Whew, you ate with that one. So yeah, now I'm done. Now we can get into the cards. So how can you intentionally live? Yeah, so I had the Magician, Queen of Wands, Four of Cups. The message I got is you matter. So what does the Magician want to say? How can you intentionally live the life of yours? Original. You know what I'm getting from y'all? It's even in this, like, more of you did this 360 of life and it's very form and everything between. I'm not really getting traditional from you. I'm getting more cottagecore. I'm getting more practical witch. You guys know the movie Practical Witch? Yeah, I'm getting this vibe more from you. Like cottagecore, whimsical. Like, bring the whimsy, the magic to the farm. So bring a little whimsicality to the farms, honestly. And also, don't be afraid to assume your whimsy. A lot of girl that I just named, they're not really whimsical, babe. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong without being whimsical. Like, you're not better because you're whimsy, or you're less because you're not whimsical. It just is not really their aesthetic. It's not really the way they live. They're very much your baddies. You know what I mean? I think you just reconnected with your whimsical self. So don't be scared to, like, dive into it. I feel like you're scared that you might be an imposter, or you're faking it since you spend your whole life faking a lot to get what you want. But this is a confirmation that now, baby, it's really you. And just dive into it, honestly. Bring all the whimsy to the farms. Then we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Something about movements. Kids. Do you want kids? You probably do. Otherwise the cards wouldn't comment in that sense. Have a lot of sex. I don't think that's an issue for you, but have a lot of sex, I guess. But kids are like, is it having a lot of kids too? Do you have fertility issues? You do. You do have fertility issues. The thing coming here And let me say it, I am a kid that comes out of infertility. Funny enough, after my mama unlocked me, she never had issue having other kids. But it's having me that was the hardest part. She tried for so long, and when she finally made me was the moment she didn't care about making kids. I think the little secret, the little sneak piece that your spiritual team want to say to you is like, your first baby might take a moment before it comes, but it's actually gonna come when you're not gonna have that much stress on you. And I think a lot of fertility experts say that like stress, overload of hormones, overload of chemicals fucks it up. You know what I mean? It's almost like when there's gonna be a moment that you're not gonna get a fucking hormone, you're just gonna accept what needs to be accepted. Like my parents were ready to adopt. And then my mama, literally, they were like 2 seconds away from signing papers and everything between them. My mom found out she was pregnant. Like, there's something about like when you're really gonna be done with obsessing over this shit, you're gonna have your baby. So that's what's coming through. Four of Cups. Yeah, again, reevaluating. And the Four of Cups is like, you know what? I'm understanding exactly what's going on. The life that you have lived, okay, before the 360 life, it was a life of a lot of obsession. Those girls that live those life, they have an intense beauty maintenance. They have an intense lifestyle. They have an intense expectation of them. And those cards are showing me like, let loose. You bringing those limited belief into that life, to this new lifestyle that does not require them. You don't need all those limiting belief. It's almost as if like, yeah, you change who you. Yes, you changed for the better. We love that. You didn't sit there and dwell. You changed. We love that. Yes, you did the change also. You know, we love that. But your psyche hasn't changed. This obsession, this thing to come fast, quickly. This is such a city thing. In the city, we like everything quick. We like everything now. We want everything this way. We want everything to be perfect. Like, no, mama, you in the farm now. It's all about serenity, peace. I think they even have a whole routine for even when cows give birth, how they're supposed to give birth and everything. It's like everything is slow, everything is serene, everything has literally like a ritual. I think those two cards, yes, they're giving you a sneak peek about your future, telling you, don't worry, babe, you're gonna have them kids. But it's also coming through as it's also coming through as your psyche needs to change. Your expectation of what life is and what life needs to bring you, the pace it has to go, has to also change. Because with the Magician, again, that's what's making you an imposter. It's not the aesthetic, it's not the way you talk, it's not because you don't talk with a certain accent, you haven't lived certain things that people over there has lived that make you an imposter. No, it's your expectation, it's your psyche that makes you an imposter. Like, yes, you have changed your aesthetic, yes, you have changed your lifestyle, but you haven't assimilate to that life. So that's what makes you an imposter. So give in into this more slower way of living. And then finally, I have you matter. Like, put yourself first. But I feel like you always put yourself first, I don't think that was ever an issue with you, but you would like your intentional living, because like I said, it's like already done. Like you are living already in your intentional era. I think you just need to intentionally be. I think that's what it is with you matter. You need to intentionally be. Like you did the change, you did the move. You are happy, feel contented, and excited for the future. Great. But are you intentionally being it within your reality? No. It's almost as if it's usually so different. So like Parliament 1 and Parliament 2, I'm learning new things with you guys. Usually they usually say your 5D is gonna change, your 4D gonna change, and then your 3D gonna follow. No, your 3D changed, but your 5D and your 4D hasn't changed. It just hasn't changed. And I feel like even the example I'm giving you for that change is so surface level. It's like something deeper, like your psyche has to change. It's something deeper. And also, while I'm saying that, do not obsess with it. There's something, you may have an obsessive personality. I mean, you're very proactive from what I'm saying, but you may have a very obsessive personality. And your spiritual team is like, don't do that. Don't obsess over this. Nothing to obsess about. Like, let time do its thing. Like, it's not because you can have it all that you're gonna feel it all. Like, let time do the thing. Even with the pregnancy things, let time do its thing. You have a bad habit of wanting to rush, to own it now. And you feel like if you don't own it now, then you haven't done it right. But like, no, let time do its thing. Let a season start and let it finish. That's really the thing that's coming through with your intentional living as a whole. But again, if I want to book a private reading, you can always go on my coffee. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want more content, you have extended version all over my coffee, or you can go on my Tumblr for more reading. On that note, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Toodles. Good evening, pal number 3. How y'all doing? You know y'all last, but you're never the least. So today pick a card reading is how to intentionally live your life. It's not really how. It's like, let me tailor, let me personalize, let me describe how intentionally living will be to you, essentially. So yeah, let's just get into it, So if we have the Ace of Cups already there, I'm seeing henna. I say it with such a thick accent because, girls, I grew up with a lot of Middle Eastern and Arabic person. It's henna. I see henna a lot. Like, you guys love it. Like, it's not your first time. Like, you really, do you do it? I don't feel like you do it. I think you guys just enjoy it a lot. Maybe because you cannot commit to a tattoo. Maybe you just like the beauty of it. But I still love henna. And it's very, very gorgeous on you. I see like you do it often, like you do it on your hand, sometimes on your body, sometimes in the back of your, like behind your ears, on your thighs, on your hips. Like, you really love it. It's really gorgeous. It's coming through here. I'm too free to talk to you. Okay. So I have Ace of Cups for you to begin with. We're gonna dive into it. So I've got this Ace of Cups, 12 Pentacles in reverse, Strength in reverse, and the message: I'm too afraid to talk to you. Okay, so we're gonna see what the heck is up. What is the card want to say to us? Oh, I have intimacy. I just want to confirm. want to go first. Yes, you guys have a new relationship coming in. You're not used to it. You've always been alone. Maybe never had a relationship. Never had a kiss. Never hold hands. Never went on a date. Never fucked. But I'm not seeing, because in your case, I'm not seeing the naive one or the one that find it bizarre. Like the naive one is the one that's like, oh, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. I want to learn. And her eagerness almost becomes the very much thing, like making her never fall in love. Because she doesn't understand, like it's not a book, like it's not something I can teach you. She's so in her brain moment that she doesn't understand, like love is like a hard thing, like you have to feel a bit. And this is the girl that's finding it bizarre. And she's just like, it's like low-key a bit pessimistic, but she just don't want to admit that she's pessimistic. So it's like, she's gonna find everything bizarre. Like, oh, finding love is so bizarre. Like, wanting somebody is so bizarre. It's like, I don't want to be too much on her either, but it's like, babe, you've never had it. How can you find it so bizarre? And I'm not also not saying a pessimistic girl. Like, oh, it's never gonna happen to me. Like, I'm never gonna have it. No. I feel like you read your romance book, you enjoy a good smut, you have no problem crushing a man's or a woman, I don't know, you have no problem crushing, you have no problem having a wet dream, you have no problem with masturbation, you have no problem with finding people hot and sexy, and like you have no problem with situationship, let's say. It's like you even experienced that, just like nothing ever clicked to the point of relationship, and you're not ready to lower your standard just to fucking stay in a relationship. I think that's just it. So you're really down to earth with this shit. You know what I mean? So the thing coming through is actually relationship. In your case, maybe the lost opportunity, honestly. The first thing coming through is sex. Like, let's just say it. You know, that's the first thing coming through. That is a two Pentacles on the side. There's a lot of confirmation within your reading that need to be done. A new look is coming through too. A new look, a new relationship. What is trying to say? Again, we have to confirm. Okay. Okay, yes. I'm letting go of self-doubt. Okay, I'm understanding a little bit what's going on here. You have this idea of the woman that you want to be, and it's okay. A lot of talking is gonna happen. You have this idea of a person that you're gonna be, and it's not just out of like aesthetic or aiming to be that person. It's more of an archetype of a person that you want to be, right? And in your mind is like, oh, this is the perfect archetype of a person that I want to be. And it's not because the person is perfect, it's just the archetype that you want to embody. But you're like, oh no, it can never be me. Like generally, it can never be me. Like I can never really be this archetype. I can never be this dreamy. I can never be this mystical. I can never be this feminine. I can never be this funny. I can never be this boss babe. So I'm just gonna let it go. It's not like you don't think you're good enough. No, you think you're all that in a bag of chips. Cool. It's just the ultimate babe that you want to become. You don't think you can. Not because of something that you're lacking. It's because you're so sure it's not something that you're meant to be. But again, if the seed or the yearning is within you, therefore you can be. You know? I understand a little bit what's going on here. And then with the two of actually, let me set the strength in reverse because it's all connected. So what's happening is essentially is it's not that you don't think you're all that. Okay, it's not that you don't think that something is lacking within you, so you cannot be those things. Not at all. I think the real thing is you think that you're not good enough to be these things, not in a way that you're lacking something, in a way that those things only exist in specific predicament that you don't have. So you don't have the specific predicament, therefore you cannot be these things. And it bleeds into everything. It bleeds into why you are in a relationship. It bleeds into why I wouldn't say you don't like the way you look. It's just you're not the ultimate person that you want to be. It's like, yes, you're all that, but fool for yourself. You know you can be greater, and in a very healthy way. It's just, and it's not in a way like, oh, it could be worse. No, it's in a way like, let's say you're bad, okay, but like the ultimate coolest babe that you think exists is the alternative babes, and you're like, oh, I can never be an alternative babe. And I'm like, okay, just change the hair, just read more books like this, or hang out more with those people. And it's like, yes, I can do it, but I feel like I'm gonna be fake. I feel like I'm supposed to be born like this. Like if I was meant to be alternative, then I would have been from the get-go. I would have not started by being a baddie, so therefore it's not me. And it's like, in your mind, there's such a specific predicament, so therefore if you didn't meet the specific predicament, you cannot be that. You get what I mean? And it's like, no, like you can literally just be. You know, you can just be. And I feel like your case is not that, I'm telling you, today all three piles, I'm learning something new. In your case, it's not that really the imposter. It's like you don't want to be fake. You don't want to be fake. Like, ugh, I don't want to be a fake bitch. Like, I don't want to do it just because it's a trend or just a feeling. Like, first of all, before alternative becomes a trend, we're gonna have to die and come back again. Believe me. I think the only time alternative was a trend was for what, 5 to 10 years, when what's her name? Levine. They're gonna say, hey, you, don't you be my girlfriend? That was the only few times that true alternative was popular. Before that was like the grunge in the 90s. Like, babe, alternative becomes popular for a moment but never lasts a long time for mainstreams. Okay, so believe me, the fact that you even want to become one of those, you're already meant to be niche. Because like it's very rare you become that out of mainstreams. Like, I got interrupted. But anyways, niche as a whole, a lot of things that say niche, even though it has a pop moment within the culture, never stays mainstream. But I don't understand what it is. You don't want to be fake. You don't want to betray yourself for the moment, just for a feeling. You really want to be truly yourself. But those cards confirms. I think your case is not really me describing you or personalizing what intentional living would be. I feel like you already have a perfect image of what could that be for you. I think it's just a confirmation to do it. Just do it. If you wanted a confirmation that you're not being fake, it was meant for you, here's the confirmation. Just do it. Go ahead and get that new look. Now you get the money to become this perfect babe that you always wanted to be since you're like a kid. So go get it. And I think when that is done, that's when you're actually gonna find your one and only. Which makes me think that the reason you never find your one and only is because you were never your true self. And since you don't settle for anything fake, you couldn't have a relationship because they were never really falling in love with your true self because you never displayed such a thing. So I think that's why it goes down to finding the one and only that you're gonna have all your first with. It's almost like a domino effect. Like it's just gonna domino it all into your life. I'm afraid to talk to you. Confirmation I need again. So I think this one is just a random message. I don't know what it is about if you're having a situation in your life that you may be afraid to talk to. If there's anybody in your life that you are afraid to deal with, the cards are telling me with the Seven of Swords that you're not overreacting, you're not being baby about it. Do not engage. Stay at distance. Your intuition is right about not engaging with that person or that situation. I don't know what it is. So yeah, on that note, pile number 3, you were quite quick. I feel like you just needed a confirmation out of me. Here's all the good thing that's gonna come out of you pouring into your true self. And no, you're not being fake. Yes, it's a part of you. You're good. So yeah, that's it. On that note, pile number 3, I'm gonna send you on your merry way. If you want to book a perfect reading, you can always on my coffee. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Or you can, if you want extended reading, it's also on my coffee. If you want to spend more time with me, I'm also on Tumblr. At this point, you can find me anywhere to spend more time with me. I'm gonna let y'all go. Doodles.